Residents in East Palestine, Ohio, are now marking 1 year since that catastrophic derailment changed life as they knew it forever. While the cleanup there continues, the frustration over the initial response remains. In tonight's Prime Focus, our Alex Presha traveled back to East Palestine to hear the stories of a community urging us all to not forget what happened there.
It's been 1 year since one of the worst train derailments in modern American history.
What caused it?
Train derailed.
A state of emergency in Ohio after a train derailment and massive fires.
50 train cars derailed northwest of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, some of them carrying vinyl chloride.
It's still a very volatile situation.
Long-term exposure to the chemical can lead to chronic liver and kidney problems.
Those in the red area are facing grave danger of death.
I've had massive headaches since it started.
I want to reassure Pennsylvanians that the process is proceeding as planned.
Basically a mushroom cloud. There's really no other way to describe it.
We are recommending that people in the community consider using bottled water.
If I was there right now, I would drink it. Yesterday, we didn't have the test result.
Watch this. Just see that chemical.
My grandbabies, that's why I bought this property, so they could play in the creek and have a good time, but I ain't putting them in it this year.
You see this wall of flames all over here. I mean, what's going through your mind?
Just panic. My son, I needed to get him out. I needed to make him safe, get my animals. The flames just completely surrounded us. This is where basically we have our meals or anything we need to microwave.
1 year later, Ashley McCullum and many of the people of East Palestine are living a life in limbo.
We've had holidays here. We've had Christmas here. This is basically what home is until we can get a new one.
Ashley, her boyfriend, her son Zane, and their 2 dogs have been living out of this Best Western a couple of towns over in a hotel room paid for by Norfolk Southern.
How's that adjustment been?
It's been difficult. You never have privacy.
Her son's bed doubles as a play space, his stuffed animals stacked with his pillows.
If he wants privacy, sometimes he'll even put a blanket over here and make like a little fort.
But her stay here may soon come to an end. Norfolk Southern is ending payments to her hotel on February 9th, and she says going back to East Palestine is not an option.
You would rather be homeless than move back to East Palestine.
Some people might not feel the same, but I know what my body's telling me, and some people might not have that same effect, but I know that my body is saying, do not be here.
Displacement is only one of the symptoms this family has endured since last year's derailment. The toxic cloud that came from it, causing health effects Ashley says she and her family didn't have before.
Rashing, numbness and tingling in your mouth, ear pain, blood in your ears, hair loss.
And these are all symptoms you say you didn't have before that derailment?
Yeah, I was never sick.
And they're not the only ones.
I had headaches, metallic taste in my mouth, burning, watering eyes, tingling lips. I had muscle pain in my legs that was so intense.
Lori O'Connell lives just over the border in Pennsylvania, 3 miles from the derailment site. Lori and Wayne had blood work and urine tests done months after the derailment to see if the chemicals spilled from the train were in their systems. They both tested positive for vinyl chloride. Lori tested positive for benzene.
The papers that we received, the reports, the doctor, when asked what should they do, his response was move away or consult an attorney.
18 weeks after the derailment, Wayne was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Do you think your breast cancer is linked to that derailment?
I can't say for sure, but it seems awful coincidental, and I don't believe in coincidences.
His oncologist, she said that she wouldn't rule it out.
After the derailment, residents reached out to environmentalist Scott Smith, who has made nearly 24 trips to test the water and soil here, working with an independent lab.
What did your tests reveal?
Tests revealed elevated levels of dioxins and also identified what's called semi-volatile organic compounds, oil-related products.
SVOCs?
SVOCs.
These are toxins.
That's right. They are toxins.
And you got the geolocate on with a timestamp, right?
Yes.
Smith's data helped sway the Government Accountability Project to launch an investigation into the cleanup and testing efforts in East Palestine. This community trusts him, and he's been invited into dozens of homes, including Lori and Wayne.
Kind of scared to look at it that now, really looking at it to know what those results are going to be. That's frightening.
Scott tested the O'Connell's furnace filters.
Of the 54 furnace filters, the dioxin deposits on your filter is number 2.
And we were there as he showed his results. Dioxin present at levels 1,200% higher than normal.
I want it to be February 2nd, 2023 again, and I want them to stop the train.
Yeah.
That's what I really want. Because, see, then I wouldn't be going through all this. I wouldn't be worried that, you know, is my husband going to be okay? My daughter? My grandkids?
The rail company says it has cleaned up more than 176,000 tons of solid waste and roughly 43 million gallons of wastewater. And it says it has invested some $103 million into the region, including millions in direct relief, and insists it is safe for residents.
You've seen the testing that's been done by Norfolk Southern alongside with the EPA. You feel confident that this area is safe?
I very much feel confident this area is safe.
We asked the EPA about Scott's results.
I've reviewed some of his data. His data does have serious quality control problems based on the limited amount of data that I've looked at.
The EPA has challenged your testing methods. What do you say to these accusations?
I will offer again, as I have offered, to do side-by-side testing with the EPA, Norfolk Southern, any contractor.
After collecting more than 45,000 samples, the EPA writing in January, while there is no evidence to suggest that additional contamination is present in areas other than those which are currently being addressed at the derailment site, we want to be sure. Norfolk Southern and the EPA have begun the confirmation sampling phase of their cleanup, a final double check. This derailment site could be back to normal by late summer, but the agency admits cleanup hasn't been a perfect process.
What we want to do is look at how we can better communicate the risks and exposures that are happening, even though we're well below our health established limits.
For residents here, they say there will never be a normal again. The hope is what happened here in East Palestine will be a lesson for us all.
It can happen to me. It can happen to you. Like, it will happen. People need to be held accountable for it. People need to hear what's going on with other people in town, because this is me now.
The concern that this could happen anywhere. Our thanks to Alex Presha for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.